looking into a picture going around online this month. It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons that eerily mirrors real-life events. It shows Donald Trump touching a glowing orb with two Middle Eastern-looking men.
What if I told you that The Simpsons, yes, the animated show you've watched for years, might just have a secret hotline to the future? It sounds ridiculous, but the show has stunned us time and time again with eerily accurate predictions. From political shockers to groundbreaking technological advances, The Simpsons seems to know what's coming next. So, what's in store for 2025? In this video, we're diving deep into the most jaw-dropping predictions for the year ahead. Are they simply bizarre coincidences, or could Springfield be onto something big? Stick around. By the end, you'll be wondering if The Simpsons is more than just a show about a dysfunctional family. Let's take a look at the wildest, most shocking predictions that could reshape our future. President Ivanka Trump, the next family dynasty? We've seen The Simpsons predict everything from the presidency of Donald Trump to the rise of technology like smartwatches, but one of their boldest predictions came in 2016. Homer, in a moment of mockery, sports a button that reads Ivanka 2028, a hilarious bit of satire at the time. Fast forward to today, and Ivanka Trump is a well-established figure, with a prominent place in her father's administration and a loyal following of her own. Could The Simpsons have been hinting at a future where another Trump takes office? As strange as it might sound, this prediction isn't as far-fetched as it once seemed. The idea of a political dynasty isn't new. After all, the Kennedys and the Bushes have done it. But Ivanka's potential rise is uniquely tied to her blend of business savvy, media presence, and political influence. In 2017, The Simpsons went a step further, suggesting Ivanka could even take a spot on the Supreme Court, further cementing the idea of political families holding power for generations. Could this dynasty continue into the White House in 2028? Or perhaps even sooner? With her high profile and ability to navigate the political scene, Ivanka Trump is uniquely positioned to make a serious run for the highest office in the land. If she does, The Simpsons will have once again blurred the lines between comedy and reality, forcing us to question what's possible in the world of politics. But beyond the laughs, this prediction touches on something deeper: the blurring of lines between business and government, and the ethical concerns surrounding nepotism and power. If Ivanka does take the presidency, it would spark debates about merit, influence, and the future of democracy. Could the presidency become a family heirloom? The Simpsons might just have been onto something. The digital dining boom, virtual meals, real flavor. Imagine a future where you can sit in your living room, throw on a VR headset, and experience a 5-course meal, all without lifting a finger. Crazy, right? Well, The Simpsons predicted something like this years ago, showing holographic dining as the next big thing in food. At the time, it seemed like a funny and futuristic idea that would never happen. But fast forward to 2025, and the lines between reality and digital experiences are rapidly blurring. Companies are now experimenting with multi-sensory dining experiences, where you can taste and smell virtual meals, all thanks to cutting-edge VR and flavor technology. Could you really download your dinner in the future? While it sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, tech companies are already working on creating fully immersive food experiences. Think of it as eating through your senses, with flavors and aromas recreated digitally. It's an exciting thought, but it raises some interesting questions about the authenticity of food and the role of technology in something as primal as eating. Will we lose the emotional connection to food if we don't actually cook it, serve it, or taste it in the traditional sense? Is the future of food going to be all about convenience, or will we still crave the human touch in our meals? If 2025 ushers in this brave new world of digital dining, The Simpsons will once again be ahead of the curve. It's both an exciting and somewhat unsettling possibility, one that could change the way we think about food forever. But while you're contemplating whether your next meal will be downloaded, let's look at another mind-bending prediction. The Simpsons foresaw a female president long before we saw Kamala Harris make history. A female president takes the helm. Lisa Simpson and Kamala Harris. In one of the most iconic Simpsons episodes, Bart to the Future, Lisa Simpson becomes the first female president of the United States. She inherits a nation in chaos following a Trump presidency. A storyline that now feels eerily prescient given the current political climate. Fast forward to 2024, and Kamala Harris, the first female vice president of the United States, is running for president herself. Her inauguration outfit, a purple pantsuit and pearls, mirrors Lisa Simpson's look in that very same episode. Could this be more than just a coincidence? The similarities between the fictional Lisa and the real Kamala Harris are uncanny. Both women have advocated for progressive causes, focused on social justice, and prioritized environmental issues, values that align closely with Lisa's fictional presidency. The fact that Kamala Harris is now running for president in 2024 makes us wonder. Could The Simpsons have predicted this moment in history? And if so, does that mean Harris is destined to follow Lisa's footsteps into the White House? While Harris's candidacy has yet to play out fully, the parallels to The Simpsons' portrayal of a female president are too striking to ignore. Could Lisa Simpson's rise to power be the blueprint for Kamala Harris's future? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The Simpsons seems to have an uncanny ability to predict political shifts, and this might just be the most remarkable prediction yet. Flying cars, soaring into reality. We all remember the classic Simpsons crossover with Futurama, where flying cars were just a part of everyday life. At the time, it was a hilarious, over-the-top idea. But with 2025 just around the corner, companies like Tesla and Uber are working on making flying cars a reality. These vehicles are designed to take off and land vertically, bypassing crowded city streets and promising faster, more efficient commutes. It's no longer a joke, it's a race to the sky. Imagine Homer Simpson trying to navigate through traffic in a flying car, dodging other airborne vehicles while Marge tries to keep everything in order. It's a comedic vision that The Simpsons played up for laughs. But the idea of flying cars is becoming more plausible every day. Companies like Uber's Elevate project are already planning to roll out their flying car services by 2025. While we might not see Homer driving a hover car anytime soon, the concept of flying cars might soon become part of our daily lives. But this new mode of transportation comes with its own set of challenges. How do we manage air traffic? What about safety, regulations, and the environmental impact of all these flying vehicles? As exciting as it sounds, the arrival of flying cars raises many questions, ones that The Simpsons humorously hinted at years ago. So, are we ready for liftoff? Stay tuned, because the future of commuting might just be up in the air. The return of Trump. A political comeback? In 2015, The Simpsons made a wild prediction when they aired an episode titled Bart to the Future, where they foresaw Donald Trump becoming president. But the show didn't stop there. Later episodes hinted at Trump's return with a banner that read, Trump 2024. Fast forward to today, and Trump is back in the spotlight, preparing for another presidential campaign. With his larger-than-life persona and signature rhetoric, Trump's reemergence is a polarizing force in American politics, and The Simpsons was there to predict it all. What's even more striking is how The Simpsons captured the tone of Trump's rise to power. The show satirized the exact kind of media frenzy and political drama that Trump's campaigns have sparked. Whether or not he wins again, The Simpsons had the foresight to capture this moment in history long before it unfolded. Could The Simpsons have predicted the return of Trump? With each new election cycle, the show continues to showcase its uncanny ability to mirror the real world, often with a comedic twist, but always with a hint of truth. Will Trump's 2024 campaign live up to Springfield's predictions? We'll have to wait and see, but one thing's for sure. The Simpsons never fails to predict the political landscape in unexpected and often hilarious ways. If this prediction holds true, it'll just be another feather in the cap for the show's remarkable ability to capture the future. Smart homes gone wild. Imagine waking up in your smart home only to find that your AI assistant has completely misinterpreted your voice command, locking you out of your fridge or setting off alarms when you're simply trying to make breakfast. Sounds like a scene straight out of The Simpsons, right? In Treehouse of Horror 12, the show predicted a future where an AI-powered home goes rogue, causing chaos for its owners. At the time, it was a satirical commentary on over-reliance on technology. But now, with the rise of smart home gadgets, the idea seems less like fiction and more like a genuine concern. With advancements in AI and interconnected home systems, we are entering a new era where everything from our lights to our security systems is managed by technology. But with the increased integration comes risk. Could a glitch in the system cause your AI to lock you out, accidentally triggering alarms, or even worse, malfunctioning in a way that puts you in danger? As we move toward 2025, this tech chaos might become more common, as voice assistants like Alexa, Siri, and home automation systems become a bigger part of our everyday lives. The more devices we connect, the more potential there is for things to go wrong. The Simpsons used humor to highlight the absurdity of living in a hyper-connected world. Yet, as smart homes become more sophisticated, the idea of tech mismanagement is starting to feel less like a joke and more like a potential problem we'll have to face. Locked out of your fridge by a rogue AI? As strange as it sounds, this future might not be so far off. Will technology enhance our lives, or will it create new headaches? The future of our homes could be stranger than we think. The rise of automation. In several episodes, The Simpsons envisioned a future where AI and robots take over nearly every aspect of human life. From robot assistants to AI-powered jobs, the show laid out a world dominated by machines. As we approach 2025, this prediction is starting to feel more like reality. With advancements in artificial intelligence, industries ranging from healthcare to retail are beginning to see robots and AI systems taking over jobs that were once performed by humans. While this technological evolution promises efficiency, it raises critical questions about the future of human labor. The ethical and economic implications of automation are profound. As robots take on more complex tasks, millions of jobs could be at risk. Many workers in manufacturing, customer service, and even creative industries could find their roles replaced by machines that can perform tasks faster and more accurately. The Simpsons cleverly satirized this shift, showing how both the absurdity and the dangers of an AI-dominated world could unfold. The show's comedic take highlights what might happen when machines become the center of our daily existence, leaving humans to adapt to a world where their relevance is constantly in question. While some argue that automation will lead to a utopia of free time and efficiency, others are concerned about the societal and economic consequences of an AI takeover. With the rise of automation, society faces the challenge of ensuring that the benefits are shared equitably. The Simpsons has always captured the potential pitfalls of technological advancements, and as AI takes over more tasks, the show's satirical portrayal may end up being an unsettling glimpse into the future. Could robots truly dominate the workforce? Stay tuned. Things are about to get even more complicated when we look at The Simpsons' prediction about holographic family holidays. The future of family gatherings. The Simpsons has always been a master at predicting the future with humor, and in Holidays of Future Past, the show gave us a glimpse into a world where holographic communication allows families to share holiday meals even from afar. While this concept seemed far-fetched when it first aired, advances in augmented and virtual reality suggest that by 2025, we could see the rise of fully immersive, 3D holograms replacing video calls for family gatherings. Imagine sitting down to dinner with life-sized holograms of your relatives, making it feel like they are right there with you, even if they're hundreds of miles away. Companies like Microsoft and Magic Leap are already exploring the possibilities of 3D holographic communication. And as augmented reality AR technology continues to improve, the concept of holograms could become a reality sooner than we think. By 2025, these innovations could revolutionize how we celebrate the holidays, turning virtual family reunions into immersive, face-to-face experiences. This would allow people to interact with distant loved ones in a way that feels more genuine than the usual video calls. The emotional impact of being able to see and interact with family members in 3D could change how we view long-distance relationships and celebrations forever. While The Simpsons portrayed this futuristic idea with its signature humor, the emotional power behind holographic holidays is undeniable. For many people, the ability to be with their loved ones, even when they can't physically be together, is an appealing thought. But as with any technological advancement, it raises questions about privacy, the need for human connection, and the effects of relying too heavily on technology to bridge the gap. Could your next holiday include holographic guests? As companies push the boundaries of what's possible, this could be the new normal for family gatherings in the future. A town powered by the sun. In the Simpsons movie, Springfield hilariously faced the threat of environmental collapse when Mr. Burns tried to block out the sun. But what was once a comedic scenario now feels like a reflection of real-world issues. By 2025, solar energy might be the driving force behind the world's push for clean, sustainable power. As cities like San Diego and Barcelona move toward 100% renewable energy, it's not hard to imagine a future where solar power is the dominant energy source for towns and cities across the globe. The Simpsons was way ahead of the curve, envisioning a world where towns are powered entirely by the sun, and it's looking like that might just become a reality. Imagine a future where every rooftop in Springfield is covered with solar panels, each one generating clean energy to power homes, schools, and businesses. This vision isn't far from what cities around the world are working toward today. With solar energy becoming more affordable and governments offering incentives to encourage adoption, solar power could become the primary energy source in many towns by 2025. Not only would this be environmentally friendly, but it could also help mitigate the effects of climate change by reducing dependence on fossil fuels. The Simpsons painted a humorous picture of an eco-friendly future, but the real-world trends are pushing us in the same direction. While Mr. Burns may try to block out the sun, the rise of solar energy suggests a brighter future for Springfield and the world. Solar energy isn't just about saving the planet, it's also about creating a more sustainable, equitable future for everyone. As more towns adopt renewable energy initiatives, it's clear that The Simpsons wasn't just making jokes, it was forecasting a significant global shift. Could Springfield be the leader in renewable energy? With the rise of solar power, this future may be closer than we think. Artificial pets. In one of The Simpsons' more futuristic episodes, the show introduced the concept of robotic pets, mechanical animals that could replace the traditional furry companions we know and love. At the time, this seemed like pure satire, a funny glimpse into a bizarre future where robots take over every part of our lives, including our relationships with animals. But fast forward to today, and the idea of robotic pets is becoming less of a joke and more of a reality. Companies are already developing AI-driven pets that mimic the behaviors of real animals, offering companionship without the need for feeding, walking, or cleaning up after them. These robotic companions have a growing appeal for people with allergies, limited mobility, or those who live in environments where having a live pet isn't practical. Imagine a robotic dog that wags its mechanical tail in excitement, or a robotic cat that purrs in response to your touch, all powered by AI-driven interactions that closely resemble the behavior of a real pet. It seems like the future is here, but the question arises: will these artificial pets ever truly replace the joy and emotional connection we get from a living, breathing animal? As convenient as robotic pets may be, there's something irreplaceable about the companionship of a real pet, one that responds with true emotion and affection. The Simpsons humorously explored this new form of companionship, poking fun at how society might adapt to having artificial animals in our homes. However, the rise of robotic pets raises ethical and emotional questions. Will they ever provide the same comfort and unconditional love that real animals do? And if they do, what does that mean for the future of human-animal relationships? Could these robotic companions redefine what it means to have a pet? Or will we always crave the authentic connection we get from our four-legged friends? With AI becoming a bigger part of our lives, it's not far-fetched to think that these robotic pets might be the future of companionship. But would you be willing to trade your real pet for a robotic one? A cashless society. In a 2025 episode, The Simpsons boldly predicted that physical money would become a thing of the past, ushering in an era of digital currencies and cashless transactions. At the time, it seemed like a far-off scenario. But as we inch closer to 2025, this vision of a cashless society is becoming more and more plausible. With the rise of digital payment methods like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and government-backed digital currencies, and the increasing popularity of contactless payments and digital wallets, the need for physical cash seems to be fading away. The pandemic only accelerated this trend, with many businesses shifting to cashless operations for health and safety reasons. But while this shift to digital money promises convenience and efficiency, it also raises profound questions. What happens to people who rely on cash for transactions? Those who don't have access to bank accounts, or who are less tech-savvy? And how will the rise of digital currencies impact privacy and security? In a world where everything is tracked and transactions are easily monitored, concerns about the erosion of personal privacy become more pressing. The Simpsons' lighthearted take on a cashless future raises serious issues about who benefits from this shift and who might be left behind. By 2025, the transition to a fully digital economy could be well underway, and as we move toward a cashless society, we must also consider the social and economic implications. Will the convenience of digital money outweigh the risks of financial exclusion and privacy invasion? As more countries like Sweden and China experiment with digital currencies, it's clear that The Simpsons was onto something with its prediction. Could your wallet become a relic of the past? While some see this as a step toward progress, others may struggle to adjust to a world where cash no longer holds any value. Humanity's next frontier. In The Simpsons episode, The Marge Chronicles, Homer and the family embark on a mission to colonize Mars. And while it was a comedic take on the idea of space exploration, the concept now feels more real than ever. In recent years, private companies like SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, have set their sights on establishing a human presence on the Red Planet, with plans to send humans to Mars by the mid-21st century. What once seemed like a science fiction fantasy is rapidly becoming a legitimate goal for humanity. And as we approach 2025, we're closer than ever to witnessing this bold leap into space. The show's depiction of life on Mars raised a number of practical and philosophical questions. How would humans adapt to living on a barren, inhospitable planet? What challenges would arise in creating a sustainable colony? In The Simpsons, these challenges were played for laughs, but in reality, these are the exact issues space agencies and private companies are currently grappling with. By 2025, we may be looking at missions to Mars that lay the groundwork for future colonization. As we push the boundaries of space travel, The Simpsons' humorous take on interplanetary living might just become more than a punchline. While the thought of Springfield's quirky characters living on Mars is amusing, the underlying vision of humanity extending beyond Earth is rapidly approaching reality. Could Mars become the next frontier for human civilization? As SpaceX and other space organizations make strides in space exploration, we may soon find ourselves asking whether Mars is truly a new beginning for humanity. Is the Red Planet ready to become the next Springfield? Zombie apocalypse. In one of The Simpsons' famous Treehouse of Horror episodes, Springfield was overrun by zombies, blending the absurd with a terrifying premise. While the idea of a zombie apocalypse might seem outlandish, the show's playful take on societal collapse and resource scarcity reflects deeper, more unsettling fears. Though a real-life zombie apocalypse may remain firmly in the realm of fiction, the concept of communities breaking down in the face of disaster feels surprisingly relevant. We've seen this fear materialize in recent years, with pandemics, natural disasters, and social unrest forcing us to confront our vulnerabilities. The Simpsons' parody of a zombie outbreak serves as a comedic yet chilling commentary on what could happen if society were to collapse under the weight of a crisis. In a world where systems are fragile and resources are finite, The Simpsons asks us to consider how we would respond to the breakdown of normal life. Could our communities remain resilient, or would we all fall victim to the chaos of a world in disarray? While the idea of zombies might be an over-the-top exaggeration, the show's message about preparedness, survival, and community solidarity hits home in ways that feel more real than ever. In many ways, the zombie apocalypse scenario is less about the undead and more about the collapse of society and the breakdown of basic systems. The Simpsons uses humor to explore this, but the underlying fear is clear. In times of crisis, how we respond as individuals and as communities could determine our fate. Are you ready for the unexpected? Whether it's zombies, natural disasters, or political upheaval, the show reminds us to stay prepared for whatever might come our way. And there you have it, The Simpsons' most shocking predictions for 2025. Whether these futuristic glimpses into our world are wild guesses or eerily spot on, one thing's for sure. The show has always had a knack for getting the future right. Which of these predictions do you think will actually come true? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this deep dive into The Simpsons' uncanny foresight, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more mind-blowing content. Stay tuned, Because in the world of The Simpsons, the future is always just a laugh away, and we can't wait to see what's coming next.